What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video we're going to be talking about 7 ways to help you repay off debt as fast as possible. So let's get into it. Alright, so we got to talk about something here. It's said that the average American has about $38,000 worth of personal debt. That's a lot of money. And that's not including mortgages or car loans or anything like that. That's personal debt. So that may be student loans or credit card debt that's rolled into that. $38,000. So I feel like this is something we need to talk about, how you can pay off that debt and get rid of it as fast as possible. All right, so number one is you need to understand the kind of debt that you have. I mentioned that a lot of that debt that people have doesn't include their mortgages and their car notes, but if you have a lot of personal debt, what is that consisted of? Do you have student loans? Do you have credit card debts? Do you have quote unquote payday loans, which I also call predatory loans? What do you have? And then you also need to understand what are the balances on those debts that you're trying to repay. What are the interest rates? Are they high interest loans, which can be really detrimental to your financial health? You need to write all of that down so that you can understand just exactly how much in the hole you are. And I hate to say it like that as a negative thing, but I want you guys to understand that carrying unnecessary debt is really harming your financial health and your financial future. So we need to cut that out and get that out of the way as soon as possible. And the first way that we're going to be able to do that is to understand how much you guys owe. The second thing I want you guys to start doing is to track your spending. Now, I personally use an app called Mint. They also have a website. This is not a paid endorsement or anything like that, but I actually love that app as it allows me to see exactly how much I'm spending, plug all my bills in to see how much is due every single month, and then to be able to track and budget accordingly. So I want you guys to start doing that. Whatever method you choose, start tracking your spending for at least 30 days so you understand exactly how much money you have coming into your household and how much is going out. So the third thing that you're going to do is you're then going to make a needs and wants list. I'm sorry, I know it seems like we're making a lot of lists here, but it's very important that you make this list because you need to look at that your spending that you were doing as you were tracking and understand what you can get by on. What is the minimum amount that you can spend every single month and still take care of all your needs? So that's your food, your clothing, your housing, maybe your transportation, those basic necessities that you need to operate every single month. And then also on that list, put some of the things that are maybe a little bit extra. Look at your spending, look at your bills, things that you're spending money on, and understand what you really need to get by on and what you can probably let go to be able to save a little money and put towards paying off some of that debt. Okay, so then what you're going to do with that needs and wants list is you're going to take the needs portion and that's now going to become your budget. So I know people hate that term budget. They hate feeling like their money is being controlled and they feel like they can't spend money on anything that they want. But understanding that right now you're in a time when you're trying to pay off debt, you may not be able to spend as much money on the things that you want. So that needs portion is going to become your budget. That's what you're going to spend on your absolute necessities. And then anything else that's extra is going to go towards your debt repayment. And don't feel bad. This is only for a limited amount of time while you pay off that debt. All right, so number 5, the next thing you might want to look into is debt consolidation. Especially if you have a lot of personal debt that includes credit card debt. Usually the interest rates on those are extremely high, sometimes 15 to 19 to 29%, and it's just going to take you far too long to pay that off. The credit card companies know this. That's why typically they will charge high interest rates on credit cards. They wait for you to slip up and then you can pay all that interest back, and it just takes forever to pay off the credit card. So if that's the case, maybe look into something like a debt consolidation loan. Usually this is a low interest rate loan, and so it allows you to put more money towards the principal instead of paying a ton of money in interest. Another thing you might want to look into is maybe doing a balance transfer on some of your credit cards with a high interest rate. I'm not saying necessarily open up a new credit card if it's going to harm your credit report and it's not necessary. But a lot of times new credit cards might have some type of special introductory rate. Maybe it's 0% on balance transfers for the first year. And it's going to allow you just to throw money onto that principal without having to pay back a lot of interest. So that might be something you want to look into also. Another thing that you might be able to utilize is maybe a personal loan. So maybe rely on some of your family and friends, someone who really trusts you and is going to allow you to borrow maybe some money to pay off debt. maybe their interest that they charge you is a lot less, or maybe they don't charge you any interest at all. But really, if you're in a situation where you need to take a loan, these might be some of the options that you can use to be able to pay down that debt as fast as possible. So number 6 is to decide how you're going to pay off your debt. Now there's two methods that I really find useful. The first one is called the snowball method. It was kind of coined by Dave Ramsey, but this is going to have better psychological effects on you. It may not save you a ton of money in the long run, but it's going to make you feel a sense of accomplishment. So what is the debt snowball method? Well, it's a method of taking your lowest balance loan, maybe it's a credit card, maybe you have $500 on it that you need to pay off, and paying that off first. So the next method is the one that I actually prefer. It's called the avalanche method. And what you do in this method is you tackle your high interest rate loans or credit cards first so that you can save yourself money in the long run. So if you have that credit card that's 15, 29%, no matter what the balance is, pay that off first. And then as you get down to your lower balance loans that maybe have a little less of an interest rate, you're going to have more money to throw at them and you're going to be able to pay them off quicker. So the last tip that I have for you guys is sometimes you just have to make more money. I understand that people watching this channel, you may not necessarily be in a state where you have a lot of discretionary funds or extra income, and that's something that we're trying to change through education and help you guys understand how you can make more money. But in the meantime, you might have to pick up a second job or some type of side hustle. Maybe you have some type of talent or skill that you might be good at that you're able to monetize to make some additional money. Me personally, I'm a huge proponent of people having some type of business, even better if it's a home-based business, because it's going to allow you to save a lot of money and make extra money. Some of the things you can also do is you can look for things around the house and maybe try and sell it on eBay or Facebook Marketplace or something like that, just to bring in a little additional income so you can help to pay off your debt as soon as possible. All right, so that's all that I have for you guys. Hopefully you found this content to be beneficial and you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like button as it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and feel free to subscribe. There'll be more content coming down the line that hopefully you guys will be able to partake of as well. So till then, I'll see you guys on the next one, and everybody take care. Peace.